My name is Ophelia Flores, and I was 26 years old when I realized my boyfriend didn't love my face. He loved the version of it he could control. At first, it didn't sound that serious, not like cheating, not like lying about money, just photos. It started with him refusing to take pictures with me unless I edited myself. "You look tired," he said casually one night, scrolling through his phone. "Just brighten your eyes a little, smooth your skin." I laughed it off. Everyone tweaks photos, right? What I didn't know was that to him, unedited meant unacceptable. My boyfriend, Evan, wasn't addicted to substances or gambling. He was addicted to perfection. Every single photo of himself went through Facetune, skin smoothed until it looked unreal, jawline sharpened, eyes enlarged, waist subtly cinched. The kind of edits where even his own mother once asked, "Who is that handsome man with my daughter-in-law?" Awkward. "That's Evan," I told her. She squinted at the screen. "No, it's not. Evan has softer cheeks." I should have paid attention to that moment, because eventually, his obsession didn't stop at his face. It moved on to mine. At first it was polite. "Hey, can you just fix the lighting? Maybe smooth those dark circles. You look exhausted." I was exhausted. I worked long hours. I slept badly. That was my face. Then one night, after I posted a normal selfie, no filters, no edits, my phone exploded. "Delete that." "What? Why?" "You didn't edit it." "It's fine." "You look tired." "I am tired." "So fix your face." That sentence landed differently. When I refused, he grabbed my phone and started editing for me. I took it back. "I don't want to look better," I said quietly. "I want to look like me." His eyes hardened. "Then I'm not taking photos with you anymore." I stared at him. "You're serious?" "Fix your face, Ophelia," he said, "or I'm out." I smiled. "Fine," I said, "I'll fix it." He thought he'd won. He had no idea what I meant. The moment Evan decided he could punish me with silence and absence, no photos, no public us, no proof we existed, something in me went cold. For the next 3 weeks, he followed through on his threat like it was a moral stance. Couples dinner? He angled his phone away from me. Beach day? He posted a solo shot with a caption about self-care. His cousin's wedding, formal wear, professional photographer everywhere. He actually stepped aside when someone asked for a picture of us together. "Just me," he said, smiling like it was normal. His family thought we were fighting. We were, just not about what they assumed. At night, when we were alone, he'd act fine, laughing, kissing my forehead, sliding into bed like nothing was wrong. But the second a camera came out, he looked at me like I was a liability. Like my unedited face was something contagious. And I'd lie there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, hearing that sentence again. "Fix your face." It wasn't about the photos, it was about control. It hit me the day his friend Connor came over with drinks and started scrolling through his phone. "Bro," Connor said, squinting, "why does Ophelia look different in every picture?" Evan laughed like it was a compliment. "It's just lighting, angles." Connor glanced up at me, then back down. "That's not lighting," he said. "That's like, you look AI." Evan's smile flickered. He shot me a look that said, "See, this is why you need to edit." I felt heat crawl up my neck, but I didn't say anything. Not yet. I was still trying to be the cool girlfriend, the understanding one, the one who didn't make a scene. But then came the food festival. It was a month before his birthday, one of those warm weekends where the air smells like fried dough and sunscreen, and someone's overpriced truffle fries. There were vendors, food trucks, live music, a huge crowd pushing through like the whole city had agreed to pretend we were carefree. Evan was excited. He had planned the day like content. He wore a crisp white shirt that would photograph well, sunglasses that cost more than my winter coat, and he kept checking his front camera like it was a mirror he couldn't live without. "Okay," he said, holding up his phone. "We need a cute couple shot, but no harsh sunlight. It shows texture." Texture. Like my skin was drywall. I forced a smile and leaned in. He snapped, inspected, and then immediately opened Facetune. "Just a quick touch-up," he said like he was doing us a favor. I watched him smooth his face into someone else. Then he glanced at me. "You should do yours too." I didn't answer. I didn't need to, because 10 minutes later, Karma showed up with powdered sugar. We were walking past a churro stand. Evan had bought one and was eating it like it was a performance. Small bites, cute expression, eyes half-lidded like an influencer tasting dessert for the first time. He looked over at me, smug. "Get a picture," he said. "This is a vibe." So I did. I raised my phone, framed him mid-bite. And at that exact moment, he sneezed. It was instant and violent, like his body betrayed him in the most public way possible. The photo I captured wasn't just unflattering. It was magnificent. Eyes squeezed shut, mouth wide open, a double chin from the angle, churro grease shining on his chin like a spotlight, powdered sugar puffing around his face in a dramatic cloud. The kind of photo that proved one simple truth. Nobody looks perfect all the time. Evan's hand flew out. Let me see. No, I said automatically, already laughing. His smile disappeared so fast it scared me. Ophelia, let me see it. I held my phone closer to my chest. It's probably funny. Delete it, he snapped, right now. People around us turned. A couple in line for tacos stared. Like we were free entertainment. A kid with a balloon stopped walking. An older woman eating funnel cake leaned toward her husband and said, loud enough for me to hear, "Ah, young love." Evan tried to grab my phone. I stepped back. Relax, I hissed. You're making a scene. I don't care, he said, eyes wild. Delete it. I finally looked at the photo. It was glorious. It was the most honest image I'd seen of him in 2 years, and he hated it. Evan, I said slowly, it's just a sneeze. It's disgusting, he spat. I look human, I offered. Wrong answer. His face tightened like I'd slapped him. You're enjoying this. No, I said, but the truth was, I wasn't enjoying his humiliation. I was enjoying the fact that he couldn't edit his way out of reality. He lunged again. I lifted my phone high, out of his reach. He was taller than me by a few inches, but in that moment he looked ridiculous, jumping, reaching, swiping at the air like a child trying to snatch candy off a shelf. Heads turned, smirks spread. Someone giggled. And then Evan hissed, through clenched teeth. Delete it, in front of me. I stared at him. He didn't care how he looked right now, humiliating himself in public. He only cared about the photo. That's when I understood. The photos weren't memories to him. They were weapons, proof, image, control. I opened my camera roll slowly, like I was defusing a bomb. He leaned in, watching my screen like a hawk. I found the sneeze picture. His breath stopped. I hit delete. He exhaled like he'd been saved from drowning. Thank you, he said, smoothing his shirt, trying to regain dignity. He picked up the churro again, like he could rewind time and become perfect. But while he turned away, I did something he didn't notice. 2 minutes earlier, while he was busy yelling, I'd already sent the photo to myself. It was backed up to my laptop, saved to the cloud, copied into a folder I labeled, just in case. That photo had more security than a bank vault. Evan caught me smiling. What? He asked suspiciously. Nothing, I said sweetly. Just happy we're having a nice day. He narrowed his eyes, sensing something he couldn't prove. And that night, while he slept beside me, mouth slightly open, face relaxed and real, I opened my laptop and stared at the sneeze photo again. I didn't feel triumphant. Not yet. I felt awake, because now I had something he couldn't control. And 2 weeks later, Evan started planning his birthday like it was a wedding. I want it to be perfect, he said, pacing our living room. Not just any dinner. It has to be aesthetic, Instagram-worthy. He listed it like a checklist. Fancy restaurant, dress code, a professional photographer. A photographer? I repeated. For a birthday dinner? Obviously, he said, offended. Restaurant lighting is terrible. I need someone who knows how to shoot. How much is that? $800. I blinked. $800. Just to control how he looked. He turned to me like I was the problem. And you, he added, need to wear something nice. Not your usual low-effort stuff. My throat tightened. My usual what? You know what I mean, he said. I don't want you looking tired in the photos. There it was again. Tired. Like my face was an inconvenience. I nodded slowly, forcing calm. Sure, I said, whatever you want. Because while Evan was planning his perfect birthday, I was planning something else. And the sneeze photo, the one he thought was dead, was about to become unforgettable. I didn't start planning revenge right away. That's the part people always get wrong later, when they say I was cruel, calculated, waiting for the perfect moment. The truth is, for a while, I was still hoping Evan would realize how far he'd gone and stop. Apologize, laugh it off, say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. But the closer his birthday got, the clearer it became. He wasn't reflecting. He was escalating. Every detail had to be perfect. I'm thinking white fondant for the cake, he said one night, scrolling. Gold accents, fresh flowers. It needs to look expensive. It's cake, I said carefully. It's content, he corrected. He booked the restaurant, a trendy place in Manhattan, where the lighting was warm, the plates were small, and the mirrors were everywhere. He sent his friends a dress code. He sent me links to outfits he approved of. I don't want people distracted by bad visuals, he said. Bad visuals. I nodded, smiled, played along. And that's when I stopped being his girlfriend and became his quiet observer. The photographer came first. His name was Marcus, late 20s, polite, slightly nervous energy, the kind of guy who'd done influencer events before and learned not to ask too many questions. I waited until Evan was in the shower and stepped onto the balcony to call him. Hey, Marcus, this is Ophelia. I wanted to ask you something kind of unusual. Okay, he said slowly. I want to hire you for something extra at the party. I'll pay your full rate again, cash. There was a pause. What kind of extra? Candid shots, I said. Unfiltered, high resolution, no edits. Another pause. And Evan doesn't know. No, I said. He won't. That's risky, Marcus said. People usually want to look good. I know, I said. That's the point. Silence stretched between us. Is this a revenge thing? He asked finally. I swallowed. It's a truth thing. I could practically hear him weighing his student loans. I'll do it, he said at last. But if he loses it on me, I need you to back me up. I will, I promised. He won't come after you. He didn't sound convinced, but he agreed. Next was the bakery. I called under Evan's name, sweet voice, confident. Yes, hi, I'm confirming the order for Evan Reed, July 22nd. White fondant, gold accents. Yes, we have it, the baker said. Great, I said. I want to add something, an edible photo. It's a surprise. We'll need to see the image first. Of course. I sent the sneeze photo. There was a long pause on the line. Ma'am, the baker said carefully, this photo is unflattering. I know, I said. It's meant to be playful. We joke about it all the time. We've had issues with revenge cakes, she said. If this is meant to humiliate. It's not, I cut in smoothly. I have his written consent to display this image publicly. You do? Yes, a signed model release. I sent it. Evan's signature. Clear as day. Permission for public display. Another pause. Well, she said, sounding resigned, with documented consent, we can do it. But I'm adding a note to the order. That's fine, I said, and if he's upset, I'll explain. She added the photo. Charge me $45. $45 for the thing that would change everything. The billboard was last. I almost didn't do it. That's the part I don't talk about enough. Because planning the cake felt petty but contained. The photographer felt uncomfortable but deniable. The billboard? That felt nuclear. I sat on our couch at 2 a.m, laptop open, staring at the booking page. Times Square, digital displays, rentable by the minute, 15 seconds, $80, prime time, $150. I pictured Evan's face when he told me to fix my face. The way he'd said it like I was broken. I clicked 30 seconds. Saturday night, July 22nd, 8 p.m. $300. Cheap, considering the damage perfection had done to us. The company required content approval, so I uploaded a normal photo of Evan, smiling and handsome, edited, birthday text overlay. Approved within the hour. The trick was timing. 23 hours before display, I swapped the image. Same person, same text, different photo. The sneeze. Compliance approved it, barely glanced. Was it deceptive? Yes. Was it within the contract? Also, yes. And most importantly, was it legal? Absolutely. Because 2 weeks earlier, I'd gone straight to Evan. Remember that sneeze photo? I asked casually one night. He stiffened. I thought you deleted that. I did from my phone, I said, but it was backed up, and I want to do something with it for your birthday. His eyes narrowed. What kind of something? A surprise, but I need you to sign a model release. Why? Because I might display it publicly. Party decoration, slideshow, something memorable. He hesitated. Nothing embarrassing, he said, and don't post it online. I won't, I said honestly, on my accounts. He didn't catch that. He signed. And now, everything was in motion. By the night before his birthday, I felt sick. Not excited, not smug, just committed. Because once something goes public, you can't pull it back. And at 7:59 p.m. the next evening, standing among his friends under neon lights, I realized something terrifying. This wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about whether the truth, raw, unfiltered, human, deserved to exist at all. Dinner ended at 7:30. Not because anyone was full, but because Evan couldn't sit still anymore. The cake incident had already cracked something in him. The white fondant cake arrived exactly as he'd wanted. Gold accents, fresh flowers, minimalist elegance. It looked like it belonged in a magazine. Until the knife cut through the center. The sneeze photo stared back at him in edible ink. For a split second, Evan didn't react at all. He just froze, eyes locked on his own face, distorted by timing and gravity and truth. Then his skin drained of color. What or is that? He whispered. Your birthday photo, I said gently. His friends leaned in. One of them snorted. Another clapped a hand over her mouth. His sister didn't even try to hide it. She burst out laughing. This isn't funny, Evan said sharply, eyes flicking around the table. Who did this? I did, I said. His head snapped toward me. You what? I ordered the cake, I said. I added the photo. Silence fell, heavy and uncomfortable. Heavy and uncomfortable. I told you nothing embarrassing, he said through his teeth. You signed consent, I replied quietly, and it's just a sneeze. That photo is hideous, he hissed. It makes me look human, his sister cut in, still laughing. Relax. Evan stood so fast his chair scraped the floor. Delete it, he said, pointing at my phone on the table. Delete it right now. I picked up my phone, unlocked it slowly, and showed him the screen. I found the photo. I deleted it. He watched it disappear. Satisfied? No. This cake is ruined, he snapped. It's still cake, someone said. I'm not eating this, Evan said, storming toward the bathroom. His friends exchanged glances. Someone muttered, Yikes. Phase 1 was over. Marcus leaned toward me. That was brutal, he murmured. There's a phase 2, I said. His eyes widened. Oh no. Evan returned 15 minutes later, jaw tight, eyes glassy. He refused to cut the cake. His sister did it for him, theatrically slicing through his own printed face while everyone filmed. Someone posted a story. Evan made them delete it within 3 minutes. At 7:45, he grabbed his jacket. I want to go home. Let's walk, I said lightly. It's nice out. I don't want to walk. Please, I said, just 5 minutes. He sighed, exhausted, irritated, emotionally wrung out. Fine. 15 of us spilled into Times Square. Neon lights, crowds, tourists everywhere. Phones out, laughter, noise. I checked my phone. 7:58. My heart started pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. Evan noticed. Why do you keep checking your phone? He asked. Work, I lied. Big project. He nodded, distracted. 7:59. We stopped near the center. Towering screens looping ads for soda, Broadway shows, models with impossibly smooth skin. The irony almost made me dizzy. Ataro. One screen went black. People around us looked up. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Then the image appeared. Evan's sneeze face, 20 feet tall, crystal clear. Every detail magnified, the double chin, the powdered sugar cloud, the moment of complete loss of control frozen in time. Underneath, in bold text, Happy 26th birthday. Evan Love, Ophelia, who looks too tired. Silence. Then laughter. One person laughed, then another, then dozens. Evan hadn't seen it yet. He was still looking at his phone. Oh my God, his friend Madison gasped. What? Evan asked. He looked up. His jaw dropped. Literally dropped. Mouth open, eyes wide. The exact same expression as the photo. People around us lost it. Tourists started filming. Someone clapped. Someone yelled, Happy birthday, man! The billboard looped again. Another 15 seconds. A man from somewhere behind us shouted, Whoever did that deserves an award. Someone else yelled, That's savage! Evan turned to me slowly, face burning red. You did this, he said, voice shaking. Happy birthday, I said. That's Times Square, he whispered. I know. You put my face, my worst face, on a billboard. You put my worst face online every time you told me to fix it, I said calmly. This is just bigger. His sister was filming everything, narrating between hysterical laughter. My brother's girlfriend just put his sneeze face on a Times Square billboard, she said to her phone. This is the best birthday I've ever attended. Stop filming, Evan shouted. No way, she said. This is history. A teenager walked up. Yo, he said, grinning. Can I get a selfie with you guys? No, Evan snapped. Sure, I said. The teen snapped the photo with the billboard glowing behind us and posted it immediately. How much did this cost? Evan demanded, voice cracking. $300, I said. He stared at me. You spent $300 to humiliate me? You spent $800 to erase reality, I said. I just showed it. The screen went dark again. 30 seconds were over, but it was already too late. The internet had it now. And Evan, perfect, curated, edited Evan, had just lost control of his image forever. He turned away from me, shaking. This isn't over, he said. No, I agreed softly. It isn't. By the time we got home, Evan hadn't said a word. He didn't yell in the elevator, didn't slam the door, didn't even look at me. That scared me more than anger. He went straight to the bedroom, grabbed a duffel bag, and started throwing clothes into it like he was evacuating a burning building. What are you doing? I asked. He laughed once, short, sharp, hollow. What does it look like? He said. I can't be here right now. I watched him pack in silence, my heart still racing from Times Square, my ears ringing with laughter that wasn't echoing anymore, but would soon, because the internet doesn't laugh once. It laughs forever. By the time Evan reached his friend's apartment, the video was already spreading. His sister's clip, him looking up, the billboard glowing, his face collapsing, hit TikTok before midnight. By 1 a.m., it had 50,000 views. By morning, it was everywhere. Accounts reposted it with captions like, Instagram versus reality. Boyfriend revenge level, nuclear. This is why filters ruin relationships. Someone side-by-sided Evan's Instagram selfies with the Billboard photo. Another added dramatic music. Another turned it into a meme template. By noon, it hit 1 million views. Buzz sites picked it up. Commentary channels stitched it. A morning show ran it as a viral relationship moment. Evan's coworkers saw it. His boss texted him. Saw you on the internet. Rough birthday. Hope you're okay. His mother called me. I know what you did was harsh, she said carefully, but he needed to see himself the way he sees everyone else. Is he okay? I asked. She sighed. He will be, eventually. Evan wasn't. For weeks, he didn't answer my calls. He blocked me on everything. He deleted his Instagram, then made a private account under a different name. He stopped going out, stopped taking photos, stopped being visible. The irony wasn't lost on me. I watched the video resurface every few days like a tide. Someone would repost it. It would surge again. Another 1 million views. Another wave of commentary. Sometimes people praised me. Sometimes they tore me apart. She's evil. He deserved it. That's abuse. That's iconic. None of them knew what it felt like to be told your face needed fixing. 2 months passed. Then 3. One afternoon, my phone buzzed. Evan, can we talk? We met at a coffee shop near the park. Neutral ground. Public. Safe. When he walked in, I barely recognized him. No styled hair. No perfect outfit. No curated confidence. Just Evan. Hoodie. Jeans. Dark circles under his eyes. Real. We sat across from each other, hands wrapped around mugs we weren't drinking from. I've been in therapy, he said finally. I nodded. I heard. I hated you for a while, he admitted. I still kind of do. I understand, I said. He looked up at me then. But I also hated what I saw on that screen, he continued, because I realized that's what I've been running from my whole life. Silence stretched. I was obsessed with control, he said, with looking perfect, with not being judged, and I turned that fear onto you. My throat tightened. That wasn't okay, he said quietly. No, I agreed. What you did wasn't okay either, he added quickly. You went nuclear. I know, I said. I could have handled it differently. He nodded. So, we both messed up. We sat there, the weight of it between us. Can we try again, he asked. No filters, no controlling each other, just us. I thought about the billboard, the cake, the nights I'd stared at the ceiling wondering what was wrong with my face. One condition, I said. He tensed. What? The photo stays, I said, in my camera roll forever. He blinked. As a reminder, I added, of what happens when reality gets erased. Then, unexpectedly, he laughed. A real laugh. You know people are still making memes out of it, he said. I know, I smiled. Someone dressed as you for Halloween. He groaned. Of course they did. But, I said softly, you're not pretending anymore. He looked at me for a long moment, then nodded. Okay. We walked out together. Not fixed, not perfect, but honest. We didn't move back in together right away. That was his idea, not mine. I don't trust myself yet, Evan said one night, weeks after the coffee shop. I don't want to fall back into old habits and hurt you again. That alone told me therapy was working. So we dated like new people. Coffee instead of content. Walks without phones out. Photos taken and not posted. The first time we took a picture together again, Evan hesitated. No filters, he said, more to himself than to me. No filters, I agreed. The photo was slightly crooked. The lighting wasn't great. I had a faint crease between my eyebrows from squinting. Evan had a tiny blemish on his chin. It was perfect. We didn't post it. That felt bigger than any upload ever had. When he finally came over to my place to pick up the earrings I'd bought him, diamond studs he'd never seen because we'd broken up before his birthday, I watched his expression soften when he opened the box. You got these for me? He asked. I did, I said, before everything exploded. He smiled genuinely. I don't deserve them, he said. Then earn them, I replied. He laughed and put them on anyway. We lasted. 6 months, then a year. He still uses Facetune sometimes, mostly for lighting, occasionally smoothing, but never more than a touch. And never, ever on me. If I catch him adjusting a photo too much, I just raise an eyebrow. He gets it. The Billboard video hit 8 million views eventually. It still resurfaces. People still tag him. His Instagram bio now reads, "Yes, I'm the sneeze guy. No, we're not broken up. Yes, I deserved it." My favorite part? Last week, a friend asked Evan to help photograph her birthday. "Will you edit them?" she asked. He looked at me. I shrugged. "Maybe a little," he said. "Good lighting. Nothing crazy." She laughed. "What about Ophelia?" "What about her?" he asked. "Will you edit her photos?" He smiled. "Absolutely not," he said. "She looks like herself." I laughed. And later that night, when we were in bed, I opened my phone and scrolled to a folder I still keep.